Yes, Kaelen, we have a question here in the chat from Natalia. She asked you, why do you rather use explicit calls instead of loading directly the package in the app?
This is another one of those questions where I'm like, I know there's a reason and I don't know it. When Ramnath taught me how to build Shiny apps, he taught me don't call packages you don't need necessarily. And things like DT, Plotly, the HTML widget style packages, leaflet, stuff like that, the way he taught me to do it was never to load the package, but to do those explicit calls. I'm not 100% sure why. You absolutely don't have to. In fact, I think for work, I built an app last week where I forgot that, and I just loaded things and was like, I'm living my life now. So.
And we have another question from Pavitra. He or she asks how to set up the server URL, and did you need any configuration settings?
No. So this it sends it by default. This is just Shiny sending it by default, and then of course I can also take it into the browser if I want to see it there. There are definitely, just because I just read up on this, at work right now I'm working on taking an app and deploying it to an EC2 instance on AWS. There's definitely configuration you can do to send it to other things, but a lot of times that's about hosting. So I didn't write this partly because I've never used it. One option when you want to host an app, if you're not like at a workplace where maybe you have RStudio Server Pro or RStudio Connect, is I think you can make a free Shiny Apps. Yes, you can make a free shinyapps.io account, and you can see they also have some really great options pay per month for if you need more applications, more active hours, and you can deploy your apps with custom URLs and send people to them. Or you can, of course, do that on AWS, any kind of hosting. So.
Okay, and we have also another question from Aparatim. He or she asked also how can we use the API with the Shiny on web, and he or she asked about if you have any example or use case.
So this might be an assumption. So pulling data from an API, maybe? Absolutely, because anything you can do with R, you can do in an app. I think you can also push things to an API. I recall reading something about this in Mastering Shiny when I was going through it to write this. So I'll admit I just don't know a whole lot about this. I apologize. I've personally never used an API for the Shiny app, but I know you have options. I've only ever used APIs on their own, like built APIs with Plumber. So I apologize for not having a great answer for
that. Also, I have a question from Islam. He says he is a very beginning level for Shiny, and if he publish anything through Shiny app, where the dataset will be saved.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple of things here. Wherever you built the app, so you can see like when I built these apps, I had to have a copy of the data set in the directory of the app to read it in. Then every single time I've started the app, you might have noticed this, every time I've started the app, it gets loaded in because you can see in the console it being loaded. I could have loaded it in any form, CSV, RDS. As far as if I hosted it somewhere, again, it's not really saved anywhere. It just gets read in from wherever you've built it. It gets interacted with. You can build into a Shiny app the ability for someone, like if I wanted people to be able to download that table, the data table we built, you can build that in, and then it's beyond my pay grade, but there is, something is working behind the scenes so that manipulated data set, you can hit a button and download it as a CSV or whatever. hopefully that helps. Wrapping my brain around where the data is at was one of the hardest things for me in Shiny. For some reason, it took me forever to figure out you have to explicitly load the data into the app. It has to exist explicitly in your working directory. Or if you're pulling it from an API, I built apps where I pulled data from a Google Sheet. It has to exist there, and you have to explicitly read the Google Sheet in. You know, really purposeful data actions, if that makes sense. The last thing, again, more questions, absolutely welcome, but I do want to thank everyone. If you want to get a hold of me, my Twitter, I know my name is kind of hard to spell, take it down now. I have an email you can email me at, all that stuff's on my website. A reminder that the code and slides are all up, and I will, when we are done, push this live app that I built because it is a little different. And then this is a picture I always end my slides with. If you're familiar with Emily Robinson, who recently wrote a book with Jacqueline Nolis on how to build a career in data science. This is her dog, Abby, and that's me and Abby together. We're good friends. So I always end my presentations with Abby.
So before ending this amazing workshop, our colleague Mohammed Bessawi, who is the president of ATIS, because we are collaborating with them for this event. So he wants to tell you something. I will let Mohammed join us.
Okay. Okay, Haifa. Hi, Kaelen. Thank you very much for this presentation. I think that me and all the members of our association learned a lot from what you presented today. So I'm really thankful to you for this presentation. And I hope that it will be just the start of a long collaboration between our association and Air Ladies. And I was very proud to have you as a partner for this workshop. And I think that Air Chinese is a really, really amazing tool. And I think that I've learned a lot, and I especially thank you because you used Tunisian data, and you built on it all the use case. And I think this is a great effort, and I appreciate it very, very much. So thanks again, and I hope that I will meet you maybe in the next months in Tunisia to make a presential training or to take around to our amazing country here in Tunisia. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I really liked using, Haifa gave me this data set and I was glad I got to use it and learn more about Tunisia. I don't think I mentioned this, but I actually also, I'm a co-organizer for the Our Ladies New York group, and I previously used to organize Our Ladies Chicago. So this is a whole Our Ladies coalition. That's how I ended up here. So I'm really happy to get to meet other Our Ladies groups and other people using R. It's really exciting for me too.
Thank you very much.
So now it's my turn. We really appreciate your taking the time from your busy schedule, Kaelen, and joining us and building this amazing app using our data. So we are very thankful, me and our Tunis team, all our Tunis team. And as Mohammed said, we want also to invite you when everything is okay to Tunisia.
Absolutely.
And maybe we have a face-to-face workshop with us. It will be a huge pleasure for us. It was a very detailed workshop. Personally, I'm very impressed by the quality of your work.
Yeah, I did just push. I pushed the live app and the updates I made to like data exploration to the repo, so everything is there now for you. I'm also going to tweet the link. It'll be there if you lose it. And I really appreciate this. This was wonderful.
Thank you very much. Maybe Monet also wants to tell you something. She is a co-founder with me of Our Ladies Tunis.
Hello. Thank you. That's amazing. Really a clear explication of the tool are Shiny that helps really the users to create amazing applications. Thanks, Kaelen, for your efforts. Thanks.
Of course, yeah. I co-built a course with Ramnath on Introduction to Shiny for DataCamp. So if you already have a subscription and you're currently using that, it is there. Goes into this with a lot of these things with a lot more detail, but different data. And there's so many great resources about Shiny online. It really is a wonderful tool, I think, here's what I'll say. I've never shown a Shiny app to a stakeholder like at a job and not have them be really impressed. So I think it's something that if you can add it to your R toolkit, it wows anyone you show it to. They love getting to really touch and play and interact with data. So let me know if you have questions. I love Shiny. I love talking about it.
Yeah, me too. I love Shiny, and Mona and I, we are building Shiny apps for COVID situation in Tunisia.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll actually be, I don't know if you guys know, just kind of a plug. I know a lot of it is on like US time, but the Use R conference is starting soon and it's now free and all online. I'll send the link once it's available, but I know in mid-August, hosted by, I think, an Our Ladies group in Egypt, there's going to be a really cool demonstration. Someone that I work with, they're going to show how to use a package they created called Periscope that allows you to build enterprise Shiny applications. So Periscope is a really cool framework. When you know you're going to have, hundreds, thousands of users in an app, really allows you to control the server environment, a local global server, things like that. So I'll make sure you guys get the link to that because it'll be a free workshop that I'll be a TA at that'll be in mid-August, and it'll allow you to, another set of Shiny skills, enterprise Shiny applications, big apps. So I'll make sure you got, Our Ladies Tunisia gets that link.
Thank you
I'll be
very
there.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we will
Absolutely.
share it also with our community here in Tunis. Hazel,
Yeah,
you want
definitely.
to say something?
Hi, thank you, Kaelen, for the great workshop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And please, send us the link. It's really, it will be really helpful for us to improve our knowledge and go deeper in Shiny application, in building Shiny application.
Yeah, there may be some other Shiny workshops with UseR. I know everything, all the talks, all the UseR 2020, everything is all going to be online and free. So I would definitely go look into, let me get the UseR Twitter and post that in the chat for people. So you can kind of follow the links. And look for, the times may not work, but I do think things will be recorded and there'll be a lot of different, keynotes, talks, and then eventually those workshops. So I'll make sure you specifically get that workshop link because it'll be about Shiny. And I'll be there too. So it'll be nice to see some friendly faces.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I want to thank all the participants who are joining us from all over the world, because we don't have only participants from Tunisia. We actually have participants from Brazil, from US, and from India. So it makes us very proud also. And don't hesitate to contact us at our email, ourladies@tunis.org, and you can also find us in social media. You can consult us in the web, in Facebook. You will share with us the Facebook page of ATIS and Our Ladies. So if you have a question or something else, you can send us, and we will have the pleasure to answer you. Also, the recording of this session will be available soon on YouTube and also in our social media. So stay tuned. And thanks, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.